All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. My name is Tooch. I got Mr. Sean Higgs and Anthony from PoundedSports.com. Fellas, Sean, how are you doing? You had some company over last week, out-of-towners?
Last week, the out-of-towners flew in, called my wife's friends. So we hadn't seen in a while, so it was nice to came in. It was her 50th birthday, so it was nice for them to come down and visit.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Higgs.
Yes, 50. She's an old lady. She's older than me. I'm after those, I like those seasoned, mature ladies.
Yeah.
Like those older gals.
Very nice.
So it was fun. We went out to dinner, and then they went out and did a couple things. They got their couple massages. I said, for your birthday, whatever, go get massages. We'll pay for all them to go. Right? I mean, they flew down here. That was nice. So
yeah,
it was good to see them. I have no friends here other than the takeout window over at Raising Cane's and the little lady who cuts my ham and cheese boar's head style at the supermarket there.
And the Walmart card supplier.
Anthony, you're doing good? You've been hot with the bombs.
Not yesterday. Yesterday and today.
Yeah, but before that, you had like 2 10-unit bombs go off.
Yeah, I've been doing good. Big plays have been hitting. Past couple of days, not so much, but I'm confident tomorrow and Sunday.
Well, we've got Cliff Victoria. He's not usually here. He's asking how about that Thursday night NFL game, and I got a couple questions about that game. But anything you wanted to say about the Bengals and Ravens, Sean?
Other than it was a nice, easy winner for me there. Having a nice football season. What's there to say? We just talked before we came on. I said, people running to take Cincy there thinking that was a good play. The defense gave up 500 yards to the Texans the game before. You don't think an MVP and a Super Bowl team like this is going to be able to do a little better? And, of course, we get not the gift, but, you lose a quarterback, starting quarterback in the NFL, you see we've seen a lot of bad backups and bad regular starters. So
bad break for the Bengals, Anthony. Joe Burrow goes out for the season. Kind of kills our futures tickets for the Bengals to win the AFC North. I know I had one.
I had my futures ticket to win the AFC, my futures ticket to win the Super Bowl. Took a stab. It is what it is. That sucked. Sucked.
And Dave Portnoy tweeted out that he was mad at the NFL. He had Bengals plus 3.5, and they didn't disclose the Burrow injury before.
Well, he had a futures ticket, 65 or 69,000 on him to win the Super Bowl.
He had $100,000 wager on Bengals.
Is that what it was?
3.5.
This guy complaining and freaking his sports book limits cats left and right, and he's whining a millionaire whining. That's like me whining over like a 4-dime bet.
They don't have a sports book anymore, though, right?
Barstool, they did. It's Penn Gaming, whatever it is now. Stop. Just stop, Dave. Anyway, you see, here they come out. The participation trophy booger readers are out here. Hey, look, my team tied 0-0 in soccer. I get a trophy. And now you want a refund because your quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah. I really love
actions have consequences, people. You bet, you lose. Sorry, Charlie.
Joe Burrow's a good kid, man. I feel terrible for him. Terrible for the Bengals to be without their starting quarterback. I thought, I gave out Bengals minus 3.5 to clients, and I had Ravens minus 3.5 to clients. Had a couple prop plays on there. Like, unfortunately, one was Mark Andrews over, and he goes out. Dirty play, I think. I don't like the way that guy tackles. It's like
that's another thing. Oh, you can't hip tackle.
Yeah.
How about on offense? You just got to pull flags out of the guy's waists.
It was like a jiu-jitsu tackle though, rolling on his ankle.
Come on,
And then
how are you going to tackle these guys? You can't push the quarterback down after he throws the ball. It's rough. You're laying down him too hard. You're using your body weight. You go low to tackle a guy, and he goes low, and you're targeting because you're a low hit. No horse. I mean, horse collars are one thing, ripping guys back. How are you supposed to tackle? You're supposed to go low and tackle by the waist. You can't do that because you're targeting guys. You can't go high your target. You
Well, it's
can't
like
go low your target.
he used his whole body to ride him down on his ankle. On his ankle.
I remember a couple years ago, they told the defense, you can't go high. You can't go high. And guys are like, I'm going after knees. What are you going to do? I can't go to the head, upper body, because if the guy ducks, I'm smashing his helmet. I can't go to lower body because he ducks down, I'm hitting his helmet. So now they go low to the waist, thighs, and knees, and people are, you're ruining knees and ankles.
Well, yeah, but he didn't like wrap up with his arms, straight on. He like on the side with his hip and took him down, rolling on him. Like he almost like side straddled him.
Sorry.
But yeah. All right. That's that. We got
football.
We got football.
All right, this is football. Right. We're not playing pickleball, people. Nope. All right.
No basketball. We're playing
it's bad enough for these
NFL.
Defenses that can't do anything. And now you gotta take away side tackles. Let the defense play with 14 guys instead of 11. How about 13? Give me 2 extra defenders if I can't tackle you from the side and I have to be in front of you. And this will turn into a baseball strike zone. It's going to be this big. You can only tackle the guy at the waist, standing up. Where are you going? I got to get you by the waist. Put flags on him. Make it flag football. It's coming. It's coming. No kickoff returns, right? You can fair catch kickoff returns.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of kickoffs so make it get hurt. Now you can't tackle coming after a guy diving sideways. Ruin my life. They just want to ruin my life.
Say we get into it. We got why won't this click up there? There it goes. Michigan and Maryland. No
my
Jim
Wolverine shirt on.
Yeah, no Jim Harbaugh though.
It's all right.
Are they supposed to scroll, Anthony, or are they supposed to just sit up there?
Sit up there.
Okay, I messed that up. Why did I do that? All right.
Tooch, you all right? I think Tooch had a couple wines today. Is he drinking some homemade Italian wine over there?
I had a long day at work, man.
All right. Kent State won, by the way. They covered that 13.
Last night, long night. All right. Michigan, a 19.5 point favorite. I think it opened at 20.5. So come down to, no Jim Harbaugh. Any chance Maryland keeps this close, Anthony?
No.
10-0.
Just wrap it up. I think this is a unanimous Michigan across the board here.
3 touchdowns, enough for the Wolverines. Sean?
Last week they ran the ball 30 straight times just to stick it to Penn State.
They only passed once, right? Last game,
second half.
Yeah,
they're playing with teams right now. All right, you think we steal signs? We'll just run the ball. We don't even care because you can't do nothing against us. And the last time Maryland played somebody good, it was Penn State. Penn State dropped 51 on this team. Penn State's, and again, I hate saying, well, Penn State did this, and what will Michigan do? Drop, if they score 51, should Michigan score 74? Listen, it'll be 30. The only thing that says, and I didn't bet Michigan, I sort of want, part of me is like, do you take Maryland here? They got Ohio State on deck. Let's be honest. They want to get through this game. They'll drop a 30 spot. Will they cover it? Sure. Well, Maryland maybe gets – they don't give them more than 10 points a game. So what's Maryland scoring? You're going to give them 14? Michigan will still win by 20, I think. But again, it's one of those spots. If we talk, why get involved in this game? It's Michigan's got Ohio State. That's where all the cheese is ready for them to eat.
Yeah.
This game here, they're not going to lose to this. They're not losing.
No.
They're not losing. But again, 20. I'd lay it, but hesitantly.
All right. Let's see. A total 49.5. Any thoughts? Over, under? Like you said, Penn State put up 51. How much Michigan going to put up?
But in a regular spot, it would be more. Here, I just don't know. I think maybe they'll come out, D it up, and it's 23-0. It could be, and then that's that. I don't know where are they going to come out and win one for the Gipper again? Again, the Ohio State game is the most important thing. This game to them, it could go over because they're not maybe fully into it. But I don't want to bet this game.
I think the question is, how many points is Maryland actually going to score? So I think that's the real question.
Yeah, I was trying to look up what the Maryland team total was.
I think the total, just stay away from the total. That's it's like a flip of a coin. Why even touch it? If you're betting this game, just take Michigan and Call it a day.
Michigan gave up 10 to Minnesota, the 13 to Purdue on the last. They gave up a touchdown with like 4 seconds to go in that game, and Penn State got 15. So they don't give up. They give up 10 points a game. Are you giving them more than 10? Are you giving them 15? You gonna give them 14 points?
Maryland team total under 15 and a half. Under 14 and a half, under 15 and a half.
I'd go under.
And Michigan team total is over 35 and a half. It's over 33 and a half, sorry.
Yeah, 34-14 sounds about right.
Yep.
34-13. It'll come down to some nonsense. Whether the total or the side it'll be on the board like 2:17 left, Michigan punts or whatever, or they go for it and at like the 37. All right, we're gonna go for it deep in Maryland territory. If we don't get it, who cares? And then it's 4th and 2 from the 27. They try to run for a first down, they don't get it, and here comes Maryland for a garbage score, whether to get a backdoor or to go over the total. So that's how it's going to be. So.
All right, you heard it here, everyone. All of us, Michigan minus 19 and a half. Next game, we got UCLA at USC.
I'm gonna have to be right back, guys. My dog has to take a shit.
All right, I got you. It's me and Sean. I'm hanging
it's
out.
Crazy that his dog talks.
Book.
He's got a talking dog.
He was talking to his dog. I know. You say this is Chip Kelly's last game. You said
what was the movie with Bobcat Goldthwait with Ed the talking horse? It gives him stock tips. This guy's got a dog that gives him football winners.
That's a pounded the pounded sports real handicapper is the pit bull. All right, we got
game.
UCLA at USC.
You know, they're saying what this could be Chipper's last game. Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of Chip Kelly, but people are saying let him go and take the team to the Big Ten. 5.5 here. I got to lean to UCLA and the Bruins.
Yeah.
I mean, USC. Is this even a rivalry? I mean, I know they're both in LA. Nobody cares about UCLA football. Talk about a team that's just totally disenfranchised. I want to say take 5.5 because it looks low. You know, and it comes down again. UCLA can't stop a runny nose.
USC
has a little bit of a defense.
UCLA plays USC doesn't.
It looks low enough where you want to just take USC and be like, wow, how don't they win this one by 10? Right? They're better players, NFL type guys. But the 5.5, I look to take USC again. No skin in the game on this one. I know people like to run to the big name schools. For me, I mean, 5.5. We talk about this in the NFL. It's just a weird, dead kind of number. I would lean on a dog, but a lot of times we see this number, and the fave usually runs away with it. So,
yeah, I'll tell you, the over's 5-0 the last 5 times these teams have met.
that makes sense.
Last year, 48-45 win around this time last year, November 19th, 2022. It'll be November 18th, 2023 that they're playing again 1 year later. It was a 3-point game. USC won 48-45, 93 points scored. This total here's 63.5. And I kind of like the over still on this, but I don't know, man. UCLA can play defense, USC can't.
Exactly.
So both teams should play. I lean over, but
and until they could stop somebody, and how about everybody was running to take that over 80 or whatever it was last week against Oregon?
Yeah,
and you get a game at 63.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
When you think it looks that easy, I've said this. How many times I say this, Tooch, right? When we say it looks really easy.
Yeah, it looks too easy.
Sailed under.
So you like the under in this or over?
No, this one I would just lean more on
over,
UCLA,
right?
but nothing.
UCLA plus 5.5. I lean UCLA too. Chip Kelly's last game. Home field doesn't mean much here, right?
No, it's in LA. Both
teams LA. Nobody cares. Let's say for the over, I lean over as well. Anthony is still out. Let's move on. We have this probably game of the week, Sean.
I'm not sold on this Tennessee team. They got trucked last week by Missouri, and that was a spot where it was a kind of low line for Mizzou. and I'm not a Milton guy for Tennessee, but how is Missouri going to respond? Because they fought Georgia pretty tough. And, yeah, it was, 36-7, the final score?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yep.
and the demise of – we're still waiting for the demise of Georgia, right? That's what it was early talk. Like, oh, man, they can't score. They're not looking good. 52-17. The Missouri game was 30-21. 43-20, 37-20, 51-13. Yeah, I will lay 10 here.
Yep. You don't make money fading Georgia, Sean. Like, they're number one now.
I mean, I can't
rightfully number one team.
Yeah. For now, I don't know. I don't think they'll beat Alabama in the championship game. I think Alabama's peaking at the right time.
You heard it here, folks. That'll be a great game.
Tennessee lost 36-7, Missouri. They lost Alabama 34-20 with a 20-point lead. They lose that game.
Yep.
Barely edged A&M. What good teams have they beat? They lost on the road to Florida, who I think they can't beat a good team. And here comes a very good team.
Yeah. With Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey back. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go against Georgia. Are there some 9.5s out there?
I mean, it's that. Do I want to get in front of Georgia? No. Would I rather have a 10 than a 9.5? I mean, if I'm taking Tennessee, I want as many points as possible.
Yeah. This game tomorrow, does the line move up? A lot of Georgia money come in or Tennessee money? I heard some people saying a lot of sharps on Tennessee. I'm like, no, there are not a lot of sharps on Tennessee. Look, Georgia's won the last 6, man. It hasn't been close every time.
Yeah, well, Georgia's been that dominant.
Yeah, last year was 27-13. They still won by 14.
Yeah, and that was but again, you had a different kind of quarterback, different kind of team there.
Yeah.
So those are the things, because people talk about, well, last year and historically, well, some teams just own teams because they're better, especially in college. You have dynasties basically, and unless a team catches lightning in a bottle with a quarterback, you're not going to be in anything. I don't know. If people are taking Tennessee, they're a big home dog. I think the money, I look at it, I see money coming in 80% I hear on Georgia and 10s across the board, which makes sense. Who wants 9.5? I don't want 9.5. I'd rather have 10 with Tennessee, but how's the dog? We're talking about your talking dog you get the picks from.
Yeah. I like Georgia here.
Yes.
I've watched Tennessee the last 2 weeks, and they're atrocious. They are atrocious. Georgia's the real deal. I mean, they're just steamrolling against everybody. Why change it up? Why go against Georgia?
Yeah.
Either Georgia or you don't play it at all. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah. You always tell me, Anthony, you don't make money fading Georgia.
Yeah. There's certain teams and certain coaches. Like, number one, you'll never see me bet against Bama. Never see it. I'll do the first half against them, but game, you'll never see it. I just won't bet it. You'll never see me bet against Nick Saban. That's just one of those coaches. You don't make money betting against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. You just don't do it. There's just certain games, certain teams I just don't do. I'd just rather not bet at all.
Yep.
We're all on. You got -10 or -9.5 when you.
I got -9.5. It's one of my top plays for tomorrow.
All right, you heard it here. Any thoughts on the total?
Don't overthink it.
I'm gonna say under, but
I would lean under just because I don't think Tennessee's gonna put much on the board.
Yeah.
Yep.
They struggled to score versus Oklahoma State, and they struggled to score versus Missouri. What makes you think they're going to score versus Georgia, the number one defense? So,
amen. All right, Kansas State, Kansas.
Now this is a good game. It would have been a good game, except the line is
the freshman quarterback
getting out of control now. 9.5. Listen. They told you this when they opened this at 7.5. They said to take K-State and run with it. I don't know if K-State's ranked number 3. I they're both in the 20s, but that's interesting if they're ranked number 3.
No, that's
definitely not number 3.
They should be 23. I think Kansas is 25. They're both in that middle 20 range.
That's Tooch's AP poll right there.
Is a typo on my part.
Well, like Kansas, clearly it's a backup quarterback. The third stringer's in. Bad spot. K-State's owned this series, and I know the team's changing for Kansas. They're getting better guys in little by little, getting better. And open at 7.5, thinking they still got Bean in there. That's all I need to see. I got a team on the road, probably like an equal kind of team, right? They're ranked around the same, laying a touchdown and a half in a rivalry game on the road to a team. Not only is it a rivalry game, it's a team that went and crushed Oklahoma 2 weeks ago on the same field. So it's not like it's a fluky kind of 7.5 is a big chunk to lay on the load, right? I say this all the time. Like, I don't know, 7.5 might as well be 10 when you're on the road against a rival.
Yep.
Who beat Oklahoma, who was playing pretty good ball at the time. 7.5.
I like Kansas here. I like Kansas here. I'll take the freshman quarterback and all. 10 points is a lot of points in a rivalry game.
Well, you got the good number now. But would you take it at 7.5?
I wouldn't play it at all.
Man, Texas Tech, though, man,
Texas Tech should have blew them out. They had every opportunity.
They went into Kansas being 16-3.
Yeah,
So
but if they
13,
watched it, they had every
yeah.
opportunity to blow them up, and they couldn't.
Yeah.
And the freshman quarterback struggled. That Texas Tech defense was for real.
Yeah. I thought Bean was supposed to play. He's probable, so it won't be.
If Bean plays, it's a gift that you can get 10.
Yeah, if Bean plays, you get
If
10.
you got the freshman quarterback, you're holding your breath if you're playing Kansas or Kansas State.
Yep.
He's getting better every week, but I mean, he's still a freshman. He still makes mistakes.
Yep. Sean, thoughts on this game? You're on Kansas State already.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing: if Bean plays, I'm going to consider taking the money line on Kansas. I mean, 10 points, that's like a disgrace. No one's been a believer of Kansas more than me. I mean, but they've had quarterback issues.
Yep.
I mean, the last couple of games, they've had the freshman quarterback game, and you can't hold that against them. Before that, they're going toe-to-toe with everybody you play against them, and nobody's giving them any respect. If Bean plays this, I'm all over Kansas. And
we'll know tomorrow morning if it comes down to play. But he said, what did he get? Did he get concussion?
Yeah.
I think it's a concussion.
Yep.
So, I mean, he should clear it by now. Should. We'll see.
I'm trying to find out what the team total is. All right, so we're leaning Kansas. Kansas are trying to find out how much the money line pays on this.
It's probably $3 plus $3.
There we go.
Something like that.
Let's see.
On the
plus 285.
Close enough, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's if Bean plays. I mean, I'm considering it.
I see at 365 at Caesars. Will Hill got plus 3. Actually, no, wrong side. I'm looking at the minus. Yeah, 285s. Terrible. 365 to take back 285, man.
Isn't that terrible?
Here comes my old man the other cloud. Back in the day when I was betting, 360, you would have got a 340 on the other side, maybe a 330 from the dog.
Yeah. Yep.
I need a little scepter like Biff from Back to the Future. You little kids.
Any thoughts on the total? I'm going to lean under, right?
I'd probably lean under.
I lean under, yeah.
All right, we got this is a big game, man. These teams 10-0 Washington, Oregon State 8-2. Got Oregon State now down to -1.5 or head-to-head. Washington's won 9 of the last 10. Last time Oregon State beat them was 2021. It was 27-24 win for Oregon State. And last year, 24-21 Washington in Washington. This looks like, the last couple of years it's been the home teams won. Any thoughts here, Sean?
Oregon State, baby. This is a tough place to play, Corvallis, man. This is no joke up here.
Yep.
And yeah, they're a small fave, and last year we saw Oregon State as a dog take care of business. And they almost won last year. It was 24-21 last year. And Washington was better there. I'm taking Oregon State here. Washington has not looked all that great of late. Defense looks a little shaky. they're escaping with wins, right? Beginning of the year, they looked really good because the offense was humming or being guys, but you know that's going to come back to the pack like all teams, right? Because you get kind of some cupcakes on your schedule and you get big wins and everybody's like, wow, look at this team. It's crazy. Very rarely do you pull a Michigan and win every game, with a defense. So you can win every game 38-3. In the Pac-12, these defenses, USC, Washington, they give up some points. I got to go with the home team here. I mean, I'm sure the Pac-12 wants them to just kind of win this game, beat Oregon, get us into the champions, get us into the playoffs. We need it. The last thing they want is a loss here, and then you got these guys in Oregon 1-1 going to play, and then they get left out of the playoffs because you got an undefeated Big Ten and a Big 12, and then you got, Georgia's got one loss. They were in the championship game, and it's the SEC, so they got to get in there with Alabama, and then. But I don't know. I got Oregon here. Give me Oregon State, right? They're staying back. They're not going to the Big Ten. They're angry. They're not going to lay down and play dogs for anybody.
Washington goes to the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, Washington's leaving. Oregon State's staying. The last game at home this season. Come on. Big 9 wins. They can win 10 games this season between the bowl and, I don't know if they're going to win against Oregon next week, but they get a bowl game. 10 wins is a big deal. And keeping a team out of the playoffs and sticking it to the Pac-12, that little extra motivation. Doesn't hurt.
Look ahead spot for Oregon State. Looking ahead to Oregon next week.
No, you can't afford to look ahead. What do they got to look ahead for? This is the last time they play all these teams. They're not looking like, we got to get Oregon. You're ranked. We're ranked in the top 10, basically. They're not looking to. Yeah, let's look past Washington, who's a top 3 team and are in the playoffs, and a guy who might be the number 1 draft pick. Yeah, we'll look past them, Tooch. They're nobodies. We got this under control. We got to worry about Oregon.
Which is the bigger rivalry?
Yeah, but I don't think it matters when you could get in a top 10 bowl, like in that kind of tier level. You want all your wins.
Anthony, you like Washington? I think head coach Kalen DeBoer of the Huskies getting some NFL coaching buzz. Any thoughts?
I'm taking Washington. This is a pure fate of the quarterback for Oregon State. He can't win the
little
big game.
brother.
He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. I will never put a damn dime on him. So yeah, give me Washington. Pure fate of that quarterback. He can beat on all the teams that are like average, below average. Once he plays a top team, his true colors come out, and Washington will squeak one out here.
You don't think DJ Ukulele found his spot out here?
First quarter, first half, both have hit 11 or 12. The money line first. Washington hit the money line in their last 11 games.
Oregon State on the road.
10 of their last 12.
That's where they get tripped up. 2 losses on the road, both losses by field goal. At home, tough place to play.
I like Oregon State as well too, but I wouldn't be surprised if Washington wins. Let's get to the NFL. It's the Barroom Network, Bears Barroom, Bears at Lions. Was 10.5, Sean. Now it's 7.5.
I still
Justin
Bears
Fields
here.
worth 3 points. Justin Fields.
I don't know if it's as much Fields.
Did he say Bears?
I like Bears.
Yeah.
Now
hold on.
I love it. I love it better at 10.
You were on the Bears last week too, weren't you?
Who did they play last week?
The Bears beat the Panthers on the road.
No, the week before. You didn't play that Bears last.
I had the Bears against the Chargers.
You had them versus the Chargers, and you had them with the Saints, didn't you?
Yeah, I said take them against the Saints.
Yeah, if you're taking the Bears, I'm on the Lions.
All right.
I'm going
Lions off. Big win, right? Everybody's all giddy. Look at this. We scored 40 points. This is not the game. This is going to be a kind of closer game. I think the time to unload on Detroit is going to be on Thanksgiving. That's where I want to play Detroit, not in this.
Bears by 10 points, exactly.
Bears win by 10?
No, Lions win by 10. I'm sorry. Lions win by 10.
They've been
Fields' first game back.
A little bit.
Get out of here. I mean,
New Year's Day, 2023.
You're taking a quarterback back from injury?
Well, because if he goes out, I know I got a guy who's
quarterback out of all your favorite quarterback.
I got a guy who's going to come in for him who might be better than him.
He's not coming in. These coaches don't even know their head from their ass.
Can't wait to see what the chat room has to say here.
Oh God, the coaches. I mean, you can go coach the Bears better than these Idiots.
I mean, they covered against the Saints. They should
They
have
didn't
covered
cover-
against the Chargers.
No, they didn't cover versus the Saints, did they?
Yes, they did. They're getting
Mhm.
10 points.
Oh, it was 10. That's right. It was 10. Never mind. I had him in a teaser. That's right.
And last year, New Year's Day, or actually the beginning of this year, New Year's Day, 41-10, Lions win in Detroit. Justin Fields threw for 75 yards, a pick six.
Well,
lost
last
a
year was
fumble.
a totally different
That's
team.
bad.
It was a different team, different roster.
All right,
Yeah.
ever. Hey, listen, I'm all over your Bears this year, Barroom. Like, I was killing them early in the season. Early in the season,
them in week 1. You were against them in week 2. You were against them in week 3. And then, hey, I'm going to jump on the Bears bandwagon.
Well,
I
last
was
year,
against them
Bears
a little bit,
overs.
but then I said, see, here's the thing, though. You have to know when to move on a team.
Yeah.
I'll go back. Listen, I think I predicted that exact Kansas City score. I said it was going to be like 45-10 or whatever. That was.
I think we all did.
But other spots, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like. Did I
Me
not
and
say the
Tooch were
Bears?
like,
Did I not say take the Bears on Thursday Night Football against Washington?
Yeah, you did.
I sure did.
You did. I'll give you credit on that one.
Yep.
I'll give you
Doggy
credit.
outright.
I'll give
Blew
you
'em
credit
out.
on that one. Yes. I was like, this guy's high. I don't know what the hell you're smoking. You've been drinking
That's
too much
how.
Powerade.
Listen, that's how you hit 67% in October, baby.
You've been drinking
Get
too
outta
much
here,
Powerade, opening too many Bowman cards.
I saw some Topps Chrome. I was going to call you at Target the other day. A Topps Chrome out. I was
Don't
like,
waste your money. Don't waste your money.
yeah, 2 boxes at Target.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm
Again,
on the Lions.
They're
you
close
know
to
what?
some of these games. I prefer to 10, but
I would consider the Bears first half. What is it, 4.5 probably? I would consider the Bears plus 4.5 first half, and then the Lions to just annihilate them in the second half.
Let's see what
Bears,
that first half
I don't know
line
what
is.
it is with these coaches, but they can coach the first half. They can stay competitive first half. Second half, it's like a dumpster fire.
Plus 5.5 first half.
Yeah, I'll take the Bears first plus 5.5 to keep the game close. I mean, usually they keep the game close, even the Lions.
Yeah.
But second half, I'm all over the Lions. Second half.
All right. I know my Bears. I think the Lions are going to win that one.
Yeah. I think this is a game you just don't overthink. The Bears, I mean, look at their track record on the road. They are a dumpster fire on the road. I mean, absolute dumpster. It doesn't matter who's quarterback. Doesn't matter what kind of momentum they have rolling into it. On the road, the play calling is atrocious. The defense is atrocious. The run game doesn't exist. The passing game is like they throw to the other team.
I told you to take Tampa Bay over them in week 2. I thought I was crazy. I said,
and they were on the road. They were on the road. Yeah, they lost.
Right. You like the Bears there. I said, no, it's not the time to play them.
Yeah, I did like
Kansas City. We didn't like them.
And they should have won that game.
They won
4
at
damn
Washington.
screenplays in a row.
They won at Washington.
Yep.
They lost to the Chargers. They should have covered against the Chargers.
Yeah, I was on the Bears.
They lost by 7 against the Saints. Why are they going to truck here by Detroit? Detroit's off a great game. This is the sandwich spot. Everybody's excited because they had a wild game. They scored a bunch of points last week, and it's Thanksgiving on Thursday. That's the game. Unload on them Thursday when they're 7-point faves against the Pack or whoever they're playing on Thursday. Who do they play Thursday?
I just think this is a perfect spot
Panthers.
for the Lions to put
Panthers.
Fields' first game
Playing the
back,
Packers.
He's going to be
Playing the
rusty.
Packers.
I mean, if anybody knows watching Justin Fields, this guy, he's good one game, he's off the other. I mean, he hasn't played in 3 games. He's going to need a couple games.
Yeah,
Just
everybody
real.
thought that about Kyler Murray too, and the guy comes in, and everybody's like, "Oh, Kyler Murray's back! Look at this."
Well, I
The
mean, let's be
Lions are
real. The
7-2.
Falcons had 0 defense. I mean, come on.
7-2 and
That
7-2
that
against the
didn't
spread for the
surprise me.
Lions.
That didn't surprise me. His passing game wasn't really that great. It was his legs that kept him in the game.
Bears are 3-5-2 against the spread.
Yeah, what's their record against the spread on the road? 1-4. 5. Okay,
1-4.
On the road, I'm telling you, on the road they're atrocious. At 7.5, I'll lean the Lions, but at 9.5, I wouldn't touch it.
I got Raiders at Dolphins. Can you believe the Raiders are 5-5, Sean?
I can't.
See, this is
Now,
my upset
I
pick.
can't-
I
Of the
saw
week.
that
can-
today, and I'm like, they're 500?
This is my upset pick of the week. Give me the Raiders and the points.
Raiders plus 12.5.
12.5. Give me the Raiders. Everybody under the sun's taking the Dolphins. Tooch is licking his chops. Look at him. You see a little bit of drool.
I have no
Look,
plan.
he's already looking the ball. He's like Dolphins.
Too many
minus 12 and a
points.
half.
Too many points.
Last I look at lines, I'm like, the Raiders are getting 10. I said, you got to look at the Raiders here because I thought the line was a little light at 10.
Yeah.
I like that it was at 14 a little while ago.
I would keep waiting. This line's going to keep going up. Every rookie better is on the Dolphins.
Looking back at it, I'm glad I didn't take the Raiders at plus 10. I should probably took the Dolphins. I mean, the more I think about it, Dolphins bye week, still the number, and I say this all the time about Miami. They got shut out by Kansas City, and this will go into like Kansas City talk. Shut out of Kansas City first half, score some garbage points, so you're off an embarrassing loss. You haven't beat a good team. You lose to all the good teams. You know what they do to teams like the Raiders? They crush them. They drop a 45 spot on them. Raiders just beat Tommy DeVito and Zach Wilson at home. And the Jets were off a Monday night game, short week traveling to Vegas of all places, and then you get the Giants with a guy who's like, I'm happy that my mom makes my bed and makes me breakfast in the morning. Now you're facing Tua and this offense, a decent defense, and an embarrassing loss on the road. We're going to the other side of the flat earth here. Come on. Dolphins 44-17. Maybe 17. Dolphins in a no-doubt route.
If this gets to 14, I'm gonna pull the trigger on the Raiders plus the points.
The Dolphins might go over this game themselves.
This sounds like the perfect setup, just like everyone was on the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. Oh, but they got Tua. Oh, they got Tyreek Hill. Oh, they got Jalen Waddle. I'm just gonna fade everybody on this one. Give me the Raiders. This is the pure fade of the public here.
I get it, but off a bye week though, Ann. I think that's a bad call.
I know. That's why I like it. If it makes sense, flip it. That's how you bet the NFL. It's like you like the Bears. It makes absolutely no sense in the world. Am I right?
This is the same game.
No sense. Both teams are terrible on the road.
We took Houston plus 13.5 versus the Eagles.
That was at home last year. I mean, everybody was against me. I even remember I said that on Sean's podcast. He's like, get out here with that Texans talk. I remember that.
He did have it.
He's like, it's still Philadelphia. I was like, okay. I was even getting trolls on Twitter about that. I was like, really? At least I'm getting 2 touchdowns.
What's the team total on this, Tooch?
For the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Let me get that for you.
This is the perfect setup for some wacky NFL stuff's going to happen where the Raiders will have a backdoor cover. Dolphins will win by 13. And I got plus 14 because the line's going to continue going up. And, every rookie bettor is going to be pounding this game Sunday morning. Oh, double-digit favorite. They could beat the Raiders on the road. They just got to win by 2 touchdowns, Sean.
Raiders team total over 16.5. Kind of like that.
I'll take the over 16.5 because they're going to score 17 to 20.
Dolphins over 30.5. There's 129.5.
I mean, the Dolphins defense is really nothing to brag about. I mean, yes, they play a lot better in Miami. I will say they play a lot better in Miami than on the road, just like every other team. The Raiders
defense has been playing well lately.
But again, they played absolutely the worst teams in the NFL.
They gave up 12 to the Jets, gave up 6 to the Giants, 26 to the Lions, 12. Actually, they gave up 30 to the Bears.
Well, you really just
got the last time they lost.
You really just got to look at the last 2 games because the last 2 games.
Played good defense.
They played the worst 2 teams. They got a new coach, new everything. There's a new whatever in the locker room.
What about the total?
I don't think they get blown out. They'll definitely lose this, but they're not going to get blown out.
What about the total, Sean?
Over
40.
Yeah,
46.5 seems low to me.
Over.
Yeah, I think Miami's going to score 44. So
Tyreek Hill will have one of those 65-yard pass reception touchdowns. It's just he's overdue for it. This is a perfect situation for it.
Let's see. Bears run D giving up 76 yards per game to running backs, 65 to 70 last.
That's going to be a good matchup. Bears defense versus the Lions run game. That's going to be really good. Which I'll take the Lions run game.
Yep. All right. Chargers and Packers. Chargers in Green Bay. Chargers are laying 3 points here, Sean. Should the Chargers be favored by 3 on the road? I don't know.
This
Packers are
game
bad,
to me screams to just take Green Bay.
It does, doesn't
We
it?
talk about it like the Lions. We saw the Chargers put up a bunch of points at home. Now you're playing a bad team. Green Bay scored more than 20 points twice the first 2 games of the year. I was totally wrong about Jordan Love and his team. I thought, hey, he's been a system, they'll be good. The offense looks pathetic. The defense is solid. And this is the Charger team. We saw them lose at Tennessee. Why are they a 500 bunch under this coach? Because they make ridiculous plays, good, bad, indifference, shooting themselves in the foot. You can't take them as a road favorite. I'm not saying run and take Green Bay. I'm saying you're taking the Chargers out of favor. You're going to be smacking yourself like, I can't believe they lost. How many parlays are going down when this game loses?
It's true.
I mean, yeah, you look at the roster paper like, this is great. Look at I got an edge at quarterback. I got all these big name guys. I got Eckler. I have a Bosa. I have I got a Mac on my team. Yeah, okay. Well, that's why every year they're 7-9.
They're 4-5 right now.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go, Chargers.
Who have the Chargers beat? You guys tell me who the Chargers have beat this year?
Nobody good.
Nobody good.
I know they lost to the Cowboys. I know they lost to the Chiefs. I know they lost to the
They
Lions.
beat the Vikings, the Raiders, the Bears, and the Jets.
All the worst teams. Yep.
All the worst teams.
Vikings, they barely beat the Vikings. They were off a loss there. They got lucky.
The Packers
Vikings shot themselves in the foot again.
Rams, the Saints, and the Bears. So the Packers haven't beat anybody either. It's 2 bad teams.
I'm not saying the Packers are good. The Packers are way worse than what I thought they'd be.
Yep.
But at 3 points, I don't.
Why
would you take the Chargers?
Me and Tooch talk about the Packers all the time. It's the head coach, Matt LaFleur. He's just as bad as Eberflus. He's got to be in conversation with McDaniel. There's way too much talent on that Packers team, defensively and offensively, to be that bad week in and week out.
Yep.
There is no way. There is no excuse. Jordan Love is not that bad of a quarterback. He's just got the dumbest coach. I mean, I thought Eberflus was bad. Matt LaFleur, he's right there up there. He's awful. Way too much talent on that team.
Yep. All right. This is no play for me.
No, it's a no play for me. I would just lean the Chargers to win by 1. Packers cover.
Chargers money line.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's a no play. I can't touch these 2 teams. It's a dumpster fire.
It's Bills versus. Hold on a second. I was half asleep.
I love our professional squad here.
Yeah, how about it? Sean, what's wrong with the Bills this year?
Got a crappy quarterback.
Tell me.
Tell me no one to throw to. Besides Stephon
Diggs. Who has a better record, the Bills or the Raiders this year?
I'll tell you what, though, in this game, I really like the Bills to roll. Bills in the over in this one for me.
Okay.
I think as much as I've kicked Josh Allen's back in from day one here, right?
Yep.
I'm saying how I thought Daniel Jones took a step forward with his coach, although he looks bad now, hurt, all that. That being said, he looks totally terrible most of the time. And now he's got his offensive coordinator fired. The whole team is riding around that because you guys saying, I dropped the pass. It's not his fault. You got Josh Allen taking the blame. You got everybody but the head coach wants to take the blame for the offense. And maybe because his defense has been getting beat up lately. How about that? I think people forget he's calling the plays on defense now over there too. So, but this spot, it just screams to me, Bills. And I know the Jets are supposed to have, the numbers say the defense is there and this and that. There's just so much you could pour into that side of the ball when your quarterback does nothing. And I keep trying to say he's not that bad. You got to give the guy a shot. He's got a bad offensive line. They bring in an offensive coordinator that's supposed to cater to a Hall of Fame quarterback. And you got a Hall of Fame quarterback. You don't have to come up with any plays or be creative because you got a guy who's going to make plays. So you brought in a bunch of guys for a Hall of Fame quarterback who gets hurt 40 seconds into the game because you got a bad offensive line. And you're going to blame the rookie quarterback or the second-year guy who's learning under another coordinator in year 2? It's not his fault. I know they hate him. There's no stability there. This is a whatever kind of game you want to call it, statement, circle the wagons, back to the wall, season ending, blah, blah, blah. All the cliches you can come up with for the Bills. This is their season right here. Yeah. This is their season. And to get payback on a team you embarrassing lost to with a backup quarterback, yeah, you better take care of business today. They don't take care of business here, bro. That locker room's going to explode. They'll be calling for McVay's head, or it's gonna not McVay, Sean McDermott. I got the Sean's confused there. Sean McVay.
I like the Bills here too. I'm right there with you.
I think the Bills.
They had them. They should have blew them out in week 1. I don't know what the hell
There's
happened.
an overtime loss.
Now they're in Buffalo.
Week 1.
This team is pissed. This team
day.
is absolutely pissed from last week, and they're going to take their frustration on them. And they don't forget what happened week 1.
Yeah, no.
I mean, this is the Bills. And there's going to be more drama in the Jets locker room after this game than the Bills.
Yeah. And again, I think that's unwarranted. I feel bad for the kid.
I don't think Josh Allen's the problem. I really don't. I've been saying this for the past 2 years. He's got one guy to throw to. One guy. You can't win with just one receiver.
Yep.
You can't. You got to have three decent receivers. Gabriel Davis, I mean, come on. This guy is like a Nelson Aguilar. They can't catch. I mean, they cannot catch for squat. They have their rookie tight end. He's pretty decent, but you can't. They're not a tight end big play. They're only good for like 5 yards in that system. So when Josh Allen likes to throw the ball downfield, Stephon Diggs is the only one that can really catch because Davis can't. Let's be real. Yep. Who else is he going to throw to? Who? Name me one receiver that he could throw to downfield besides Davis and Diggs, and only one of them could catch. He doesn't have
Kincaid. What was his name?
Kincaid. But in that system, but if you look, they don't throw to Kincaid deep. In that system, it's only like 5 to 8 yard passes.
Yeah,
they're not 20-yard passes. You'll never see a 20-yard pass to a tight end in that system. They're all receivers, and their run game. I think that's the biggest issue in their system is they don't have a strong run game. They're pass first, run second. And I don't think that's the winning formula. You have to run first, which opens up the passing game.
I'm on the Bills, too.
I think the Bills open up, but week by week basis on the Bills. I had the Broncos.
They're not going to forget that opening day overtime loss to the Jets.
I mean, that might be in the back of the heads, though, because they just lost their offensive coordinator who a year ago was like, he's the best thing since sliced bread. He's going to get a head coaching job somewhere.
I don't think he's the problem. I don't think
he's a problem either. Now,
the Bears will take him. The Bears will.
You said you got guys dropping balls, fumbling, making mistakes.
I mean
that's not. You can't catch the ball.
And let's think about it. How many interceptions did Josh Allen throw to actual defenders? Most of his interceptions are tipped. And intercepted.
Yep.
You can't blame that on the guy, even though I do bet on him to throw an interception every week. Thank you, Tooch, from week 1. But I mean, like the Denver interception, that wasn't his fault. I mean, it's the media just making a big thing about it, and just it's terrible. Nobody actually dissects the real issue. There's no run game, and there's one receiver.
I'm kicking myself. I said, somebody was about the Long Beach State Michigan game. I said, well, I like the over there because I like Michigan, Long Beach State in a 15. Yeah, they're winning outright right now. With
I know. I had Michigan minus 15. I feel stupid.
I mean, Long Beach State, great coach. They always play a tough non-conference schedule at the beginning of the year that gets them ready for that conference play. That the coach of Long Beach State's the one that built the Gonzaga program before Mark Few came in. I can't remember the coach of Long Beach State. It just escapes me right now, but that's the story behind Long Beach State. But we're all on the Jets -7 Sunday night.
Bills -7.
Bills -7. Sorry, Bills -7 versus the Jets. Vikings at Broncos Sunday night football. Josh Dobbs filling in pretty nicely for Kirk Cousins, but just beginner's luck. Sean, first game for Josh Dobbs. Justin Jefferson questionable this one, and the Broncos playing really good defense, and Russell Wilson starting to get some connections with his offensive players.
Broncos country.
Sean Payton's.
That's right.
Payton's scheme. They're starting to get down here. What are you thinking, Vikings Broncos?
I'm like still old school in my thinking where like if you're not favored by 3, I'm kind of worried about a home team that favored by 3 points. This though sort of makes a little sense. They win on Monday night. It's a short week. You have a new quarterback, and he's learning the whole system. He pulled a miracle out of his butt against the Falcons. I still like the Broncos here. I haven't bet them. I just, and I bring this up again, Miami. You drop a 70 on a team and they're terrible. You allowed 70 points. It's unheard of. But yet they beat the Bills on the road. Okay, you got a gift penalty or whatever the case may be. Even if they lost close, you're like, well, they played them close. You beat the Chiefs. You beat Green Bay. You're playing a little better as opposed to as bad as they played. And the Vikings, talk about teams shooting, go through their turnovers. I mean, talk about the Charger game. They turned the ball over 2 times. Every game they turn the ball over 2 times with when you get to the 15-yard line. As much as they got every break last year, this year it's got a complete opposite.
Yeah,
so,
Kirk Cousins. I mean, trust me. I had the Vikings versus the Bucs week 1. That's how they lost.
Yep,
3 turnovers in the first half.
I was like, oh, Tampa Bay never in doubt. But it's again, I'll take a gift. But now you have no Cousins, no running back, no wide receiver. A new quarterback comes in and he's running like a chicken with his head cut off to make plays with his legs. Let's be honest. I had Atlanta this week. They were up 8 with like a minute to go. They should have won that game. They ended up losing with like 2 minutes. I mean,
Atlanta's defense is bad. Atlanta's defense is bad.
You're not going to get lucky. You got your lucky win here. You might lose 20-13 or 20-16. It'll be close. It looks like you're good, but it is what it is. NFL is such a middling league this year. The quarterback play is terrible. I say this all the time, man. You know, we had a great run our generation, bro. Between 2000 and 2020, we had some Hall of Fame. We have how many good quarterbacks are there? How many?
4.
5? Rodgers is done.
Yeah.
I think we said 6. Me and Tooch did.
Well, who are they now?
Last week it was 6.
We got Mahomes.
You got Herbert.
Herbert's on a team that's a 500 team in his career. That's how great he is. He's 500 quarterback. Go ahead. We got Joe Burrow's hurt every year.
Tua, Goff, Burrows.
You're putting Tua and Hurts in that after 2 years. I mean, that's where we're at. Like, guys have a good season. We think he's great.
Hey, those are quarterbacks that actually can run a team, though.
It's scary.
Dak.
I mean,
no one says Dak. No one says Cousins. Guys who've actually produced for like 5 years.
Okay,
they're not in the conversation.
Yeah.
A guy with 1 year under his belt is super. And I'm not saying he's not good.
Jalen Hurts is good
for a year. Let's see. I mean, can you do something, please?
Okay.
If you're saying he's good,
he can. No, in that system, he could. He's got the right system that backs him.
Mm-hmm.
How many backup quarterbacks? How many rookie? All right, Stroud's having a great year, but how many other guys fall on their faces?
But
look at that. Look at the NFC South quarterbacks.
I think it comes down to coaching more than anything. If you put C.J. Stroud and Carolina, he'd be just as bad as Jalen Hurts.
And I always say
Bryce Carr, whatever the hell his name is.
We need to tank to get a guy. That's great. Let's tank. We get the first pick or the 5th pick or top 10 pick. We have a new head coach, so he wants to do things his way. Let's get rid of the guys I don't like. Bring in a bunch of guys. There's no skill position around them. Maybe you got 2 offensive linemen. You need 5. I mean, and hello, Carolina. Hello, New York Jets.
The Jets are one quarterback away from actually competing, and yet they still have not done anything. It blows my mind. And everybody's still in love with this.
There's less than 10 guys that can play quarterback at a high level in the world.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
All right, man. Who do you guys like in this game? Yeah, Sean wasn't alive in the 70s.
I like the Broncos.
I was alive in the 70s. I like the Broncos. I was born in 74.
I think the Broncos win this 24-20.
You don't remember much of it. I was born in 68. But
I'm with you on the Broncos.
I'm going to go 23-20. Broncos win.
I mean, the Broncos are so hot. I got to side with the Broncos.
If you like the Broncos,
it wouldn't be surprised me if the Vikings win, though.
It'll probably be 3 by game time. So if you like the Broncos, take it now.
You heard it here. All right. Thoughts on the total? I had no thoughts on the total. The number looks pretty sharp to me.
I would lean under.
I'm all for the unders. You know that.
And okay, so this is one. There's about 4 or 5 games on Sunday that has weather issues. And when I say weather issues, like heavy gusts of wind, like in Cleveland, heavy gusts, 34-mile-per-hour gusts of wind. Which, if you try throwing the ball at 34 miles an hour, that ball is going to go from that way all the way to that way. So you're going to see a lot of short.
You're going to be 50 next year.
Yeah.
I think Anthony and I are going to have to come down to Houston for that.
Probably. Maybe I'll go. My birthday's this summer, so maybe I'll be in Vegas for Bet Bash. I don't know. Right.
Well,
I think I might have to fly out there for that.
I got to go over the pond. To go.
Sean's 50th, and man,
damn, I feel old. I feel young.
Young, yep. You're gonna be doing the show with two 50.
I'll be doing this myself. I'll be recruiting.
We get
you guys.
We get an AARP sponsorship.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm already ordering off the senior menu at the IHOP, Sean.
Hey, what are you? 55?
55.
Hey,
yep.
Get the hell out of here! Are you really?
Yeah.
You got to ask for the Subway
60,
senior citizen coupons.
I know. I don't think they have one, but yeah.
I gotta be honest.
And today was the last day for buy one get one.
I don't think you look that old, Tooch. Like I don't think I look like I'm a 50-year-old man.
No, I go 45.
Yeah, no.
I sure as heck don't feel like I'm that old. Like I still think it's like 96 and I should go out there and swing a sledgehammer and chop wood or something. Like
I'm gonna retire in 6.5 years. I'll be retiring.
I look at Tooch. I see his little girl, the youngest one.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, she's like a spit image of Tooch without the beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's whole face.
Camilla. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank goodness my daughter doesn't look like me. If my daughter looked like me, it'd be great.
Oh,
I
that poor
won't
girl.
have to worry about any guys, but
That
she'd be in
poor
therapy because she looks like a shaved Shrek.
White
like
Shrek. White Shrek.
I think it's time we give away some free plays. Dog of the day, free plays.
Free plays.
Yeah,
We just
let's
gave
do
away
it.
15 games. Let's give him another one.
No, we got to give him more.
Out though. Free play Georgia minus 9.5 versus Tennessee. I'll be on this game. I'll tell you. DraftKings got 25% profit boost. So
I have 3 5-unit bombs tomorrow, and this is one of them. I'll tell you straight out. This is one.
Nice.
Don't overthink it.
man,
Don't overthink it.
Barroom getting a bomb here. All right, I love it. Sean's play Clemson minus 7.5 versus the
Here you
Tar
go.
Heels.
You gotta love a 6-4 team left for dead lane.
I'm also
Not only
on
7
this one.
anymore. It's 7.5 versus a ranked team. I love
I'm
it.
also on this one. Let me tell you, 2 weeks ago, I had North Carolina. That defense just in the second half, it was a disaster.
Terrible.
It's like they literally
Drake
just
May
let
running
Georgia
for his
Tech go.
life.
And then last week in
Did
the
they give up
second half,
40
the
to
same
Duke with a
thing.
backup quarterback?
I mean, Duke was with a backup quarterback who versus anyone else. I mean, the dude's awful.
Did
You
you
can play
see the
better
guy for
quarterback.
Duke backup quarterback when he played
That's
Florida
what I'm saying.
State? He went for like minus 40 yards.
Yeah,
He could have completed a pass for Florida State.
that's how bad this North Carolina defense. But let's remember. So if you're betting this game and say it's tight at halftime, I'm telling you, take the second half on Clemson. Take the second half line.
Yep.
Because North Carolina defense, second half, 2 weeks in a row,
Trash.
I'm a victim of it. I've lost my booty.
Trash. All right. Tooch's free play arrows. I love what Jed Fish is doing down there in Arizona and for FIFA quarterback and playing a high level. Utah, I'm waiting to fade them. They haven't done anything since both Cams went down and playing the third string quarterback. Waiting to fade them. Utah defense, good. They can rush past everything. Arizona defense, very underrated. Offense, nice.
This
I like
will be a good game.
Yeah, very good game.
Arizona's shown a lot of heart, resiliency, right? And then Utah,
And
what
at
do they
home.
got to tank? It's been a roller coaster the last 4 weeks. Up, down. I mean,
Yep.
tiring. I don't know if they
haven't been able
Willingham's
to
a great
generate
coach.
enough offense. No, yeah.
He's a great coach. This is just, I think they're just out of gas, mentally and physically. I think it's
I agree.
because they not only that they just play such a physical pounding game. It's what do you have
Just-
left at the end of the year?
There's not enough offense to balance the defense out.
And you have an upstart team. This is the Colorado team that everybody want Colorado to be. This team out of
Yeah.
nowhere comes in 7 games. This is that team.
This is the perfect scenario because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, why is Utah's a dog? Oh, give me Utah."
Dog of the day right here. UCLA +6 versus USC. Let's get it. Records are here. The show.
I'm
5,
moving
15,
on up.
17, 4. Yeah, moving on up. 4-6, 4-6, 4-4-2. I'm dead even 500 here.
Tooch was killing us, and me and Sean are catching back.
You guys
up.
are catching
We
me,
started
yeah.
what?
You know what I
started
hate
1
the
and
free pick
6.
shows I do?
I
Like
started 1
on the
and 6.
season, college
I know.
football.
It's hard
70
to tell. It's like it's so hard.
I'm
to-
75 and 54 in college football. Yet I come in here, I'm 4-6. Like it's frustrating. I hate
Very
because
frustrating.
selecting.
picking and choosing. I tell if you watch the show, it's so difficult to get the right combination of.
Yep.
And again, a lot of times it's games we don't pick when you do people shows. It's just random stuff. But
of course.
I hate seeing that because it's like, well, you didn't win for me. Like it's.
I'll take it out.
Sorry, I try to give out 9. We do a lot of shows being these two cats. We give out a lot of games.
I try
Watch all
not to
the
give
show.
out my top plays, but just lately for this show, it's like I can't let my free play record be so bad. I got to give out some of my top plays, and 3 in a row my free plays have hit. So Georgia minus 9.5. Let's go for 4 in a row.
Bills Jets. I saw flashed up here. Jamal Adams questionable for week 12.
Is he on Seattle, Jamal Adams?
I thought he was on the Jets.
No,
Derwin James on Jets. Sorry.
It's okay.
He used to be.
You're in college basketball mode. Hey, it's okay.
I know, Mr. Hoops.
Mr. Hoops over here.
If you guys would know what so
if you guys want to make money in college basketball, just sign up at Tooch's basketball package. There you go.
Get my basketball package, man. I'm telling you.
We might
39,
tease the
29,
hell out of
and
him,
2.
but this guy, we might tease him, but I mean, day in and day out.
This is the beginning of the season's hard as shit, man.
I'm at the point where I'm ready to tail Tooch.
Yeah.
Oh, I had 5 college basketball games. I'm 1-4 right now. Today's just terrible for me. 1-4.
I'm 3-1. I had a 3-0 yesterday. I'm 3-1 today. Well, 3-0-1, but so far so good.
James Madison Radford
Terrible.
finishes 149. 149 was the line. Finishes right on 149. How the hell do they know? I took the over. 73-76. James Madison didn't cover. It was either that or Radford plus 6.5, and I took the total. I took the total and pushed.
What did it end at? 149.
Right on the number.
So you pushed.
That's what it opened at too. A lot of times, I always write down the opening numbers like around 4 or 5 o'clock. The lines come out. I write them all down.
Yep.
And then you see how they kind of move as like
128 of them. Damn.
Write down those lines, folks.
I have been okay. So, I liked a couple games. I liked St. Louis, and then fortunately, I learned oh God, now St. Louis is getting 4.5 points. Wow, But then
I had him at +2. What?
Sincere Carey was out. So the best player in Vermont ended up rolling, and then I like Presbyterian versus Maine. And then, watching the steam go, and I was like, what the hell, man? So burned on that. I gave it out anyways with the extra couple buckets or extra bucket, and boom, lost. So follow the steam, Sean, right?
I like to try to be a little ahead of it.
Yep.
If you're going to chase, the scary thing is
You're
already behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, and that's fine to do. Like sometimes if I'm on something, I see the line move a half point. I'm like, all right, I'm already on this. I'm going to ride the wave. Coming in after the fact, I think you got a 50-50 shot of hitting. Like it kind of lowers your.
Yeah. Cause usually you think, it's the best numbers, the opening number you're going to get.
And I know, listen, there are people who are like, consider themselves pros who just scrape and just be like, oh, that line moved too. I'm just following that.
Yeah.
And you could, and listen, that is tough work watching the screen all day. Like I watch it at night because I write them down. But then I'm not sitting there, it'll take me an hour or two to get everything together.
Yeah.
That's a tough grind. And you're grinding because that's what I do. Like you're just going to grind out 54, 55%. People are like, that's not good. Someone commented that 55% over 10, 11 years isn't good. When I do the show with Jesse and Ross. And like, that is just insane. That is the epitome of sports betting day. People just think it's a lottery ticket parlay. I'm going to go $5 and win $1,800 a day, and I don't have to work the rest of my life. Like,
just hit 10% of your parlays. That's all.
55%. Anybody who does that, you say 55% for a decade. Yeah, sign me up. I will definitely take that. That is extremely difficult.
Yeah, that's very difficult. Very difficult.
Again, it's the mindset, folks. You got to take. You can't fall into the TikTok. Look at this. I got a ticket. Well, I could go make a bunch of tickets too and put 15,000 on 2 games, and you'll never know who I had because I got 2 tickets. That is not real life.
Yep.
Because one, if you're doing that, you're gonna be shut out in about 3 weeks if you're winning that much. Believe me. Anybody who does that, let you know. You get limited on $300. Tooch gets limited on $250 bets. They limit you. It's a joke.
Yeah, I placed a $250 bet one time, and they're like, "Are you sure you want to place this bet?" They waited. It was like, I have to check and see. I'm like, "Come on, man, $250." DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll pay out
because they want you to do.
I won like
$522. DraftKings, the crown is yours. They want you to do parlays.
I told you. I called my buddy. I said, "Hey, it was on FanDuel DraftKings. I wanted to put a $100 on the belly. The Bellinger was like 22-1. He called me 4 days later. He goes, "Oh, they accepted it, but they dropped it to 12-1." Are you kidding? I was like, wife's a cat. It was just a random $100. Nah, let's.
Yeah, it's not even worth it now. The value is gone.
It's terrible.
I'm just still happy I hit my Blake's.
Snell. The Snell was huge for my season.
45.50, $4,550. By far my biggest.
Those are nice hits.
That's a
that
nice
saved
hit.
my baseball season. I had a losing season, but I had the Snell and I had the Strider K over. Wins rather.
What was the number on
leader
Snell for
wins.
you, Sean? What Sean or Anthony had plus 45.50.
Oh, I got it on June 2nd.
Yeah,
Sean got it preseason.
Oh, yeah, mine's preseason.
Yeah, I did it on June 2nd. The same day I hit McClanahan for 500 was the same night that he got hurt and out for the season. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And now, what was it? 2 weeks ago, I placed a futures ticket on the Bengals, and now Joe Burrow's out for the season. I feel like I'm the Madden curse now. It's the Anthony curse.
Damn.
Shit.
We're trying to see the final score of Elon and IUPUI. So I had the under in that game, and I can't find it.
My Snell was 35-1, 5,400.
That's good money.
Yeah.
How much was it?
For 54.
5,400?
35-1, yeah. FAU is really good.
Lads.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's back. They look pretty good. The problem is that's
back.
the team that everybody kind of knows about because of the run they went on. So they'll be a little they're going to be boosted up by about 1.5, 2 points every game, which is why you got to kind of.
Got Iowa minus 20. They're up 16 with 18 minutes left.
There you go.
So looking for 100 in that one, Sean. 97.5 team total over for that one, but
I got the Valpo over here versus
what was it? 42 plus 42 Mississippi Valley and TCU.
I got the under on that one.
It's 45-30 TCU right now. Mississippi Valley staying within the number 40, 42 or 45 plus. Yeah.
For now.
We'll see.
Hey, just as long as Mississippi Valley just stops scoring and then TCU can do it, I hit the under. I got under 144.
The worst team.
144 and a half.
Worst team in college basketball.
That's worst team ever.
Yep.
All right.
All right, fellas. What do you say we get out of here? We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Got it. Thanksgiving. That's Black Friday, baby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Black Friday.
You might want to roll in a little early because we'll have rivalry games that Friday. There's a lot of games that Friday. Maybe you got to do
we can do an earlier show.
Yeah.
You got to do like a 7 a.m. show because you got all these day games.
All right.
A lot of noon action on Friday, rivalry week. Let's do it Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We can do Thanksgiving.
Late night. Late night. We'll figure it out.
I'll be doing a live show Thanksgiving because I'm a sick SOB. I mean, come on.
Yeah, me too.
You put the turkey in the oven at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Yep.
I like doing it. People complain about doing a turkey. It's like kicking a chicken roaster.
Oh, man.
Let's do a Thanksgiving.
I got it down to a science.
Season it.
Yeah.
We'll do a Thanksgiving show. Perfect.
Word it.
Yep.
I love doing a turkey. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Perfect. A caveman can do it. I know because I'm
Let's see what the chat room says. They want us to do Thanksgiving. Great show.
Foster's in the house.
Foster's our guy. Yeah. All right.
Look at that. Sometimes I do the Dave show.
Take the opposite of my picks.
Laz is coming in throwing haymakers.
Is this Sean Higgs' burner account?
Dang. Take the opposite of Tooch's picks.
He's doing well right now, Laz. He's doing well.
He's losing in college basketball then.
He's winning right now.
Tooch is
I'm doing good in college basketball. College basketball is good, man.
He's hitting them. He's hitting them.
Yep. 7-4 yesterday, so up 3 units.
Take it 7-4. We complained about 7-4.
No, I'm happy. I'm up, man. I'm up 10 units in college basketball this season.
3-2 every day, over 100 games at 60%. People don't look at it.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. Yep.
3-2 every day.
Yep.
100 games, 60%. Big money.
Yep. 3-2, 60%. Right. You give out 5 games, win 3 of them. Yep. All right, fellas. All right,
man.
Thanks
Have
again.
a good weekend.
We'll see you.
Have a good one, guys.
All right. Later.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, conspire, to transpire, to